everyone, welcome back to my channel Winging It with AC, and my name is AC. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that you need to consider when choosing a hospital for your antenatal visits. Now, one thing that is very important is talking to people. So find out from other people. You may have co-workers or friends or church friends who have already delivered. Just ask them, where did you deliver? Why did you deliver there? Why did you choose that hospital? How are their services like? How are the midwives like? How was the doctor like? So talk to people, check online. Let me mention right now that Talkative Mom, I talked about her in my previous video. Check her Instagram highlights. There's one that is for gynecologists. So she asked her followers to recommend gynecologists. So there are a lot of recommendations on there. So you can head on to her Instagram page and check those out. Now, the very first point I want to share with you is the distance between your home and the hospital. Now, nobody knows when labor will start. We don't know if you'll be at work or if you'll be in church or if you'll be at home when labor begins. But assuming that labor begins at home, what's the distance between your house and the hospital? Depending on how quickly you're dilating or if it's an emergency, how quickly can you get to the hospital from your home? So consider that. Also, take into consideration the fact that if you are working, you may probably be taking a morning off to go to the hospital. Factor in the distance, the traffic that you may have to go through, and all of that. Now, moving on to the next one, the doctor. Like I said in the beginning, talk to people. Find out from people, which doctor did you see? How did you like that doctor? Find out from people. But remember, 1 month's meat is another man's poison. So maybe 4 or 5 of your friends have used the same doctor. They all love the doctor. They all like the person's services. But maybe you may try that doctor and be like, maybe something's not sitting well with you. You're not too comfortable. Maybe they're not as patient as you need them to be, or whatever be the case. You need to listen to yourself. So if you're not comfortable with the doctor, although a lot of people have spoken well about the doctor, it doesn't matter. You are fine. You are not a demon. Just find another doctor, maybe within the same hospital or in another hospital. Now, the reason why I said that is because that's also out of my own experience. So way before I got pregnant, I had a friend who recommended a gynecologist. So he was like, oh, he's very, very good. And apparently, he's actually a really good doctor. He's good with his work and everything. So I was like, okay, when the time comes, I'll head on there to use him. So the day I went to the hospital to actually do a test to find out if I was pregnant, he happened to be on duty that day. So I was like, okay, perfect. So I guess this is the beginning. So he was like, okay, come back when you're 8 weeks, and that's when the journey will actually begin with your antenatal visits. And I'm like, okay, fine. 4 weeks later, when we went to the hospital, we were number 17 in the queue. Yes, 17. I was like, it's like the whole world is waiting to see this man. So basically, he was really a good person, a good doctor. But after 2 visits with him, I felt like there was something missing. I just felt like there was something missing. So another friend had also recommended another doctor in the same hospital. And this was also way before I got pregnant. So I was like, you know something, let me try this other doctor out. Interesting enough, when I went for my next antenatal visit, the other doctor wasn't available. So it was this one who was available. And by the time we walked out of the consulting room, my husband and I were like, we are sticking with him. We really liked him, everything. So I was like, you know what, I'll just stick with him because he's also a good doctor. I've heard from other people how good he is. So we'll just stick with him. And I was happy with my choice. So once again, the fact that people have said use this doctor, or you've gotten a lot of recommendations about one doctor or the other, and maybe you don't feel the same way about the doctor after visiting the doctor, doesn't mean you need to stick with the person, and it doesn't mean you are a bad person. 1 month's leave is another month's policy. The next point I would like to make is about insurance. Consider your insurance. What policy are you under? Which hospitals does your policy cover when it comes to antenatal care, when it comes to childbirth, when it comes to pregnancy, basically? Reason being is that maybe you have chosen a particular hospital, but then you go to find out that it's not covered by your insurance. So you need to make the decision whether you just go ahead and pay out of pocket because this is the hospital you want to deliver at, or you find another hospital which is covered by your insurance. All the while trying to find out from other people if they've used this particular hospital, what were their experiences, which doctor did they see. Now, another important point still under insurance is you need to think about the fact that if anything happens and you lose your insurance, are you able to pay for your antenatal visit, the cost that they charge for the antenatal visits, for the lab tests, for the vaginal delivery or cesarean section? You need to think about that because it actually happened to us where we lost our insurance. This was just like a few weeks to delivery. So we had to pay out of pocket. Would you be able to pay or not? So consider that. The next point is, are you someone who absolutely wants to have their husband or their partner or your mom or your best friend in the labor room with you? Then find a hospital that allows that. I think right now in Ghana, a lot of hospitals actually do allow a second person to be with the pregnant woman who is in the labor room. But if I'm not mistaken, the government hospitals do not allow for husbands or somebody else to be in the labor room. For me, it was very important. So it was a decision I had made way in advance. So I wasn't going to consider any government hospitals. I was going to consider private hospitals because labor is something else, and you're already going through all that emotional trauma and physical pain, and you don't have a supportive person beside you apart from the strangers around who are the midwives. I didn't even want to imagine that. And also thinking about other horror stories I'd heard of, the fact that the labor room is full, your husband is not there, it's just you and the midwives are yelling at you. Like, the midwives who yell at patients, please, why? That's a story for another day. So you also need to consider antenatal classes. So it was after I had started my journey with my hospital that I got to know that they don't offer antenatal classes, and I was very annoyed about that. I was upset about that because I was like, I want to attend an antenatal class. I'm reading a lot, yes, I'm watching a lot of videos and all, but I want to be able to attend a class. I want to be able to be presented with information and ask questions if need be. So I spoke with a friend of mine, and I was in my second trimester at the time, and she was like, oh, her hospital offers antenatal classes and they allow for outsiders to join. I was like, oh, perfect. So I went there, I made inquiries, and then they added me to their WhatsApp platform, and then I attended the class. And then it was through that I came to hear about a particular midwife who everybody seemed to rave about. So now I was like, I wish I had my doctor and that midwife all together in one hospital, but that wasn't possible, so I didn't get that anyway. So if you're somebody who also actually wants to attend antenatal classes, you should also think about that. I mentioned pregnancy matters in my previous video. I believe she also organizes online classes for pregnant women, and they are on various topics. So they are basically like antenatal classes. So you can check her out as well. I will still leave her Instagram handle down in the description box. Check her out if you are there and you're in a hospital that doesn't offer antenatal classes. And even in these COVID-19 times where you just want to stay away from hospital unless you have to see your doctor, I guess it's perfect for you to be able to take an online class with a Ghanaian midwife and then learn about your pregnancy and ask all the questions that you need to ask. One last point, you need to consider if the doctor is reachable. And when I say reachable, I'm talking about the fact that are they available for you to call them or send them a text or send them a WhatsApp if there's an emergency or if there's something you're not feeling comfortable about and you just want to ask them if it's okay or if you have to come into the hospital to be examined. Very, very important. So for the 2 doctors that I saw throughout my pregnancy journey, both of them right at the first appointment, they gave me their numbers and said, this is my number. Call if you have any questions or if there's anything, if there's any issue, there's any problem, or text. I just usually prefer to text anyways. And they would, if you call, they would answer. I guess if they are able to, they will answer and then they would help you out, which was very, very, very helpful. So you want, and I know a friend who said they didn't get that kind of service from their doctor. You want to be able to have communication with your doctor. But then again, don't be that patient, that annoying patient that will call and text at all hours of the night with very trivial questions, if I should put it that way. I understand that pregnancy is a very delicate time, and then you don't want anything going wrong, you're not sure of something. But you know when you're being dramatic, don't be that patient. So guys, this is everything. I presented all these points to you. So if you're in the process of trying to conceive, or you haven't even gotten there yet, it's never too early to start thinking about which doctor you want to see and which facility you want to see. And then also, perhaps you may have a doctor you've chosen, okay, but then you don't exactly like the hospital that they operate in. Chances are that they work with more than one hospital, so you can find out which other hospitals they offer their services at, and if it's covered by your insurance or if you can pay for it and you like that hospital, then I guess you can just switch over to that hospital and still see the doctor that you want to see. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is my 4th video. Now if you are here and you watch the other 3 videos, it means you're supporting me, it means you like what I'm putting out there. But if you have not subscribed, don't do that. Just subscribe right now. Thank you so much for your encouragement, your support, your feedback. I really appreciate it. So until I see you in my next video, bye.